Today we are going to be discussing understanding place value in numbers. So this begins our unit, and in this unit we will be reviewing place value, rounding numbers to estimate and check for reasonableness of an answer, practicing addition and subtraction with multi-digit numbers, and solving one- and two-step word problems. So our objective today is to make and interpret place value drawings. So we'll be making place value drawings of 2- and 3-digit numbers. We'll interpret and make place value drawings for thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones, and then we'll use that place value to compare numbers. So these are the vocabulary words that we'll be looking at, or vocabulary terms: place value drawing, 10 stick, 100 box, 1,000 bar. In place value, a key that we need to understand is this: the value assigned to the place that a digit occupies in a number is place value. So if you look at this particular number in this little box here, it has a 962. If you look, the digit in the hundreds column is 9. Because it is located there, it is worth 900. This 6 is in the tens column. Because it is in that column, it is worth 60. And this 2 is in the ones column. Because it is in the ones column, it is worth 2. Let's look at a number, or what we want to do is get some practice. So let's go ahead and look at our dot matrix here. The reason we're going to use this dot matrix board is it's simply an easy way for us to interpret, to recognize how these numbers come about. So each of these dots represents one number, and if we draw a line from the top to this little dot right here, that is 10 dots. So that means that this stick has a value of 10. It covers 10 dots. These ones, I have circled just one dot. Each of these represents the dot that it is covering, which is 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 sticks, and 6 ones, which is an answer of 76. Let's look at another number. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 ones circled, and in this column I've just simply shown you how simple it is just to draw a 10 stick over those dots. Now, we won't always use a dot, but it's a good way for us to recognize how using one circle and how using 10 sticks. Let's look at our 10 sticks. So here again is our 10 ones, and we have drawn it again right here. So each of these represents 1, and each of these represents 10. Now, if we drew 10 sticks, or we would have 10 times 10 is 100, and we have drawn this box over 100 dots, so these two equal exactly the same. But to make it simple, we've just simply drawn a box. So whereas a 10 stick is worth 10, this box is now worth 100. Now let's look at the 1,000 bar. So what we've done with the 1,000 bar is, here's our 100 box. We've taken 10 100 boxes and put them in a line. And we have used, to simplify this, a long, narrow bar called the 1,000 bar to represent the 10 100 boxes, which 10 100 boxes equals 1,000. Now let's look at a number quickly. This is the number written in standard form, 123, or we've written it in word form, 123. Let's look at it as it is in a place value drawing. So here's our box that represents 100. Here's our first 10 stick, and here's our second. That's 100, 10, 20, 120 plus 1, 2, 3, and the answer to this place value is 123. Now look at this. Let's practice a little bit. Let's look at problem number 1. So each of these boxes is worth 100. Each of these lines is a 10 stick, and each of these circles represents 1. So let's look. 100, 200. 200 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 sticks plus, so we have 204 is 240 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 247. Let's see if we're right. Oh, we are. Okay, now let's look at this, which represents the 1,000. These represent the 100. Here's our 10 sticks, and here is our 1 circles. We've got 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1,480, 1, 2, 1,482. Now let's look at another way to represent 1,000. Now we've used the 1,000 bar, but we can also use the cube, which represents 1,000 boxes. 1,000. So each of these, if we laid them all out, would be 10 boxes of 100, and we've put it in a cube of 1,000. So let's play a little game. Oops, let's hide this real quick so you don't have the answers before you look at it. If you look at it in terms of how much is in each box, there's much more going on here than up here. But if we look at these cubes, which we know represents 1,000, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and we have 1, 2 here. If we start calculating what each one is worth, we will begin to see how 4,100, 1, 2, 3, and there's 2. 4,132 is a larger number than 1, 2, 2,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700, and 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4,132 is a larger number than 2,718. We are right. Now let's look at another place value drawing. Now this one, instead of using the cube, we're using the 1,000 bar. This bar represents 1,000, so we go 1,000, 100, 200, 1,200, and 1, 2, 3, 1,230. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we have these set up in groups of 5 so they're easy for us to understand and recognize quickly. So if we correctly identified this is 1,238. Let's see if we're right. Oh, good. 1,238. Now let's look at this particular number, 2,368. Let's see if we can come up with a place value drawing for this. Let's pull up this and see if we can break it down. So 2,368, 1,000, 2,000 are 1,000 bars. Here's our 100 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 2,300. We've got this, it looks like, in groups of 5. So 5 plus 1 is 6. So 2,360. And this is also in groups of 5. And there's 8. So 2,368 is our value drawing of this number. Now you're going to have the opportunity today to first identify what a place value drawing is worth, and then you're going to have the opportunity to create a place value drawing for numbers, as well as making sure that you understand what each number represents and which one would be of the greatest value. Now let's look at these particular numbers. Here we have numbers that are in word form. So what you will do in this case is you will simply identify that 82 in standard form is written in this manner. So you will take a word name for a number and put it in a standard form. So let's review really quickly what we've discussed. To review, I'm going to ask you a question. So what is the difference between the number 251 and 521? If you note, both of these numbers have 2s, they both have 5s, and they both have 1s. So are they the same? Well, if you answered it this way, if you stated that it is determined by the value of each digit in the number, whether it is the same or not, then you are correct. If you look at the value drawings, the place value drawings of each of these numbers, here's 251. The 2 is in the hundreds column, so it has a value of 200. The 5 is in the tens column, so it has a value of 50. And then the 1 is in the ones column and has a value of 1. The 521 has a value of 500. Here's our 500 boxes, 100 boxes. The 2 has a value of 20. 1 here, 2. Here's 2 tens is 200 or 20. And then we have the 1, which is in the ones column. If you look, although we have 2 5s, they are not of the same value. So what is important is to recognize the value of each number, each digit in a number, and how we can interpret that using a place value drawing. Thank you so much for your attention, ladies and gentlemen.